So those are my dreams, and these are my eyes. Stand tall like a man, hit strong like a horse. When it's all mixed up, then I break it down.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today, man, we're going to talk about raising capital for your small fleet. I mean, all through my video, I talked about all the other stuff. Wanted to save getting the money up for last, because I just didn't want to distract people from just the important steps of getting the fleet built up. So, I kind of apologize for kind of holding off on that part. But right now, we're going to talk about the really important part of it. And actually, it's the easiest part of getting the fleet built up. It's even easier than finding drivers. I don't know, the government kind of came to their senses, man, over the last, 20, 25 years that I can think of. They've come to their senses, man, and they kind of eased up funding for small businesses. I guess some kind of genius stumbled into the treasury out there and said, hey man, we need to give some money to these small businesses. So guys, you need to take advantage of the perfect storm that's brewing right now, and set your company up, get you a nice business structure set up so you can take advantage of a lot of this capital that's being poured out into the system right now. I'm gonna help you guys, get it set up. We're gonna start with LLC. We're gonna go from LLC. We're gonna get the business address, business phone number, Dun and Bradstreet EIN number, and then get you guys plugged into some Net 30 vendors, so we can get you guys built up, man, and get you that first 50 to 100,000, to get you guys, off to a good running start. Just like I said before in other videos, look, it's not going to be easy, but it's a necessary thing to do if you want to get yourself funded, and and not be under the thumb of some of these places, man, that got these jacked up rules and jacked up policies is basically designed to keep you under. With that being said, guys, let's get out there, roll our sleeves up, man, and let's go get some money. There are many different ways to get revenue for a business. Some of the ideas that come to mind right away are using an investor to get revenue for your business. Another one is to solicit your family and use them as investors for your business. Another one is going to the bank or a credit union. Another one is to liquidate an insurance policy, and another one is to build your business credit up to the point that you can approach the banks using your business credit as collateral that you built up over a certain amount of time. And most of these ideas, they're great ideas in order to build up revenue for your business, but they also have their drawbacks in a lot of ways. Some of the drawbacks are, as far as investors go, you have to have a really, really strong, a really good story to tell the investors, and the chances that they'll actually invest in your idea are sometimes slim to none. So you just want to keep that in mind. Also, the drawbacks to asking family for money to start a business is that, I don't know, sometimes if your business kind of hits a little hiccup in the road and you lose money in the process, it can sour the relationship with your family. to the point where you could damage some very long held family ties. And as far as the bank is out of all the bank or credit unions, they're the toughest in order to get revenue to start a business, because being that you're a new business, it's very, very, very hard to convince them that you're going to be a profitable business when, hey, you don't even have a track record to start. So right now, man, we're going to concentrate on forming a small entity and building your business credit up from that point to the point where you can approach the banks later on, and then use your business credit as collateral to secure startup funds in order to start your business. At this point, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start building your business credibility. And business credibility is just the very basic things you need in order to get an entity established. And an entity could be a LLC, could be a S corp, C corp, an incorporation, or anything along those lines. And I would highly advise that you to get a LLC or get an entity set up. Some guys, they like to do it. They like to do it on their own, meaning they go to the Secretary of State. They pay the $150 fee to the Secretary of State, and then they file the paperwork, and then they get their entity set up. Me, myself, I tried it like that years ago, and me personally, it was much more of a headache than I thought it was. I ran into so many problems when I did it that way, because there's a lot of legal things that you have to do in order to make sure the entity is clean and to make sure that it's intact. Secretary of State, they're not going to help you search the name. They're not going to help you search the make sure that everything, all the ducks are lined up in a row. All they want to do is collect that fee, give you the paperwork, and move on to the next customer. Me, I'll highly advise anyone who does it to use a service that's been doing this, over and over for years and years. I did not use them first, but I'm going to use them on my next entity, which I'm going to do very soon. And they're called Corporate Direct. You can contact them at corporatedirect.com. Get with those guys, man, and get your entity set up the right way. Another place you want to get in contact with is a company called Credit Suite, and you can find them at creditsuite.com. They were very instrumental in helping build my business credit. It took me from pretty much no credit all the way up to an 80 paydex score, which is an 800 in the business credit world. Contact these people, man. They're top notch. They really know what they're doing. They're going to be sort of a partner with us as far as getting you guys some business credit established. I'd rather you work with some really good professionals right up front. It'll be a few months, but it'll be a faster journey than if you were to go about trying to do it yourself and making all those fatal mistakes. Get a hold of these guys, and I'll leave a link in the description for both companies. Yeah, guys, I'll meet you in the next video, and then we'll get all the pertinent steps we need in order to get everything rolling along, get all the credit established, start dealing with vendors, and get you guys a credit profile built up, and eventually get you that 800 paydex and some pay history with the vendors, and then eventually we'll approach the banks with a proposal to get you guys an initial loan. In business credit, usually those loans on the low side, they start from 50 grand and up to about 100 to 150,000. It depends on how aggressive you are as far as establishing your credit up front. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.